Hello again, and thank you for taking a moment with Mel. Today we're going to talk about cracking the code to emotional health. Emotional health is our ability to understand, accept, and manage our feelings and emotions. The last time we got together, we talked about the things that we need to do in pregnancy and the first 3 years of life in order for us to secure emotional generational wealth for our children. We talked about the fact that a lot of times we focus more on the financial wealth that we want to pass on to our children as opposed to the emotional wealth that we want to make sure that is with them for generations. We also talked about the fact that if we don't manage emotional health and pass it on, whatever financial wealth that we gain is not even going to be with us throughout that next generation. Just because even if you have the finances, if you don't have the emotional wealth, you're going to lose the finances. Our children have been experiencing increased anxiety, depression, and mental health struggles from before the pandemic. And with the pandemic, things even went greater on the rise, and they had more needs that started to manifest themselves. So, what do we need to do to crack the code? One of the biggest things that has been found to impact our children is a close relationship with their primary caregivers. Another thing that is a big impact on our children is the density of healthy people that are in their environment. So number one, they have to have a healthy relationship, a healthy and close relationship with their primary caregivers. And the second thing that they have to have is a high density of emotionally healthy people that are part of their environment and their surroundings. If you have trouble controlling or expressing your emotions, more than likely the household that you grew up in struggled also. Sometimes the best thing that we can do for the next generation is to be healthy ourselves. For every child that's acting out, I promise you, there's a story behind it. If our children are not comfortable coming to us and expressing the full range of their feelings and emotions, if we are not their safe space, what ends up happening is that they end up gravitating towards people and places where they feel safe and where they are able to express themselves. Now, sometimes those places could be places that are good for them, and sometimes those places are not good for them. And that's when we run into some of the problems that we're seeing in society. Given the choice of having to deal with some of the negative consequences that they have to deal with us by acting out and not having any attention from us at all, our children will choose the negative responses that they get from us based on their negative actions just because they want our attention. It is more distressing to them to not have our attention at all rather than having to deal with those negative consequences that come from them acting out. Every child deserves to grow up in an environment where they feel safe and loved. They shouldn't be afraid to talk to us, nor should they walk on eggshells around us. If you want something different than the environment that you grew up in, you have to do something different. And if you grew up in a healthy environment, I bet you there was a lot of talking. I am on my way to a baby shower for the fourth baby that will be born into our family this year. We know so much more about human growth and development, what the moms need, what the young families need, more than we knew 20 years ago, even more than we knew 10 years ago. So our job, if you remember, is to decrease the adverse childhood experiences that our children experience. And we're also supposed to be there as the buffer for when they do have some of those experiences that happen. So if you remember, if mom is happy, baby is happy. So first we have to make sure that mom is in the safest and the most comfortable environment that is possible. Because remember, if mom is happy, baby is happy. The next thing that we have to do is be a part of that healthy support system that the children are going to have. But that starts by us surrounding that young family with as much love and support as they can get, so that we can be part of that high density of healthy emotional support that they need in order to provide that great environment for the little one. One of the greatest blessings bestowed upon us by God is our children. Be mindful of when you have children. Be mindful of who you have children with, and be mindful of the surroundings, the environments that you allow your children to be in. From my poem Masterpiece, P-E-A-C-E. Protect me on all sides, expose me to more slowly. Make sure you have eyes on me. See where I lean. Don't let just anyone around me. They can really be disruptive.